their students, future respiratory therapists, and now reality show pioneers. Grab your cup of tea because today we are going behind the shift. Yes.
My name is Danny May.
Hi, my name is Kevin.
My name is Eric.
Hi, my name's Sarah.
My name's Devin.
My name is Brandon Macak.
Code Blue, I see you.
We got Snoop COPD.
30 seconds just to balance.
I quit.
If you're the smartest person in the room, find a different room.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to RTs Share Tea, where respiratory therapists live out loud. With me, your host, Linda Fry, the Asthma Lady. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to anyone new. And today, I'm super excited. But first, let me say thank you to my last guest co-host, Mr. Quincy Futrell, who really dropped the gems on entrepreneurship and respiratory therapy and how to start your own staffing agency. So he really gave us some insight on that, and I really appreciate him for that. So guys, once again, we are very excited for this episode because I have some of the cast of the new respiratory therapist show called The Shift. Yes. Yay! I have with me today Brandon and Kevin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them introduce themselves, what state they're from, and just start to get to know them better and to get the tea on the show, The Shift. Yes. All right, guys, welcome.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yes, guys. So yeah, tell me names and where we from.
Yeah. So my name's Brandon Macak, and I'm from Illinois.
Hi,
All right.
Brandon. Go
And I'm
ahead, Kevin.
Kevin. I'm from Florida.
Hi, Kevin. Well, I'm so happy to have both of you here. Listen, the minute I heard Respiratory Coach was producing a reality show, I said, I'm here for it. I said, I'm totally here for it. I said, and I had to get the inside scoop, guys. So once again, very excited for this episode. And let's do like a quick icebreaker. In one word, how would you guys describe your experience in a respiratory therapy school?
I think if I had to just put it into one word, it'd be hectic. There's just it's so much going on with just school and clinicals and working and life and everything. It's a lot, but it's probably one of the best decisions I've made so far. So
Nice. Okay,
Um,
okay. What about
for
you, Kev?
me, for me, I'll definitely say exciting. It was a
Okay,
career change for me,
okay.
and it was something completely new, something I've never really tried before. So
Mhm.
from day one till now, the journey has just been really, really exciting.
Okay. I mean, you guys are making me nostalgic because I definitely remember feeling all of the above. So yes. So you guys are making a whole lot of sense. And respiratory school. And are you guys, how many months is it for each of you guys? Is it like 2 years?
uh,
Is it a couple of months? Is it
my program's an associate's program, so it's 2 years.
two
So we do
years? Okay.
5 semesters.
Okay. And you, Kevin? Same?
Mine is 6 semesters.
Okay.
But the final semester is really like getting us ready for the board. So I
Yes,
do see
of
it more
course.
as like a 5 semester thing. But yeah, it's 6 semesters.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that sounds about similar. And So tell me, guys, what made you say yes to respiratory school? What made you make the decision? Was it an inspiration? Did you meet somebody? What got you there?
Yeah.
And who? Go ahead.
So my story is a little bit longer. I was switching careers, didn't really know what I wanted to do,
Okay.
and my mom's a radiologist, and
Oh,
so
okay.
she kept trying to push me into
And
healthcare for the
that.
longest time, and I kept saying I don't think I would like it. No, I don't want to. And then finally, I found a job posting for cardiac and pulmonary rehab.
Okay.
So I kind of got into healthcare through there, did that for about a year and a half,
All right.
and just absolutely loved working with all of our all the pulmonary patients that we had.
Okay.
Um, just getting to know them and getting to see kind of like their journey through rehab and trying to get them back to a level that they were at before their diagnosis or surgery or whatever their cases were. Uh,
Right.
so loved that aspect of it, but I just kind of wanted to do more. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of around that same time, my grandfather was diagnosed with mesothelioma.
Oh,
So
wow.
he was in the ICU for um, probably around a month, and so just spending time with him at the hospital, I kind of
Right.
got to see what respiratory therapists do on a daily basis for their patients.
Mm-hmm.
And so I turned to my mom while we were sitting in the room, and I was like, "Yeah, I think this is what I want to do."
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear about your grandfather, but at least you got to see like firsthand,
Mm,
what we did, and you got to see it, while you was around family. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
yeah.
Kevin, how about you?
Mine really started with COVID. So after COVID,
Okay.
I was already in the process of like switching careers because
Okay.
I was in the military and we did like
Oh,
I was out in Miami helping with the COVID sites.
okay.
So I had met like a couple of travel nurses, and I was like, like I think healthcare is probably like the career that I want to get into. I kind of like
Mm-hmm.
started doing research. Um, I saw radiology. I saw physical therapy. So those were like kind of like
Mm-hmm.
the avenues I was pursuing. But
Okay.
I ended up meeting like one RT while I was having COVID, and I didn't really know what respiratory therapy was about because
Right.
it's so gate kept. I think so. Honestly, if you don't know somebody that's in there, like you wouldn't know about it.
Right. Right.
So
We working on that.
yeah, yeah,
We
no, for
are.
sure. While I started, so about like maybe 2 years ago, when after I got my prerequisites done, I was like, maybe I should like kind of like explore more outside of physical therapy because it wasn't really working out for me. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, perhaps I'd already applied for radiology school and everything like that. And last minute, kind of like re-stumble back into respiratory therapy while I was doing research. And I was like, oh, it's a 2-year program, like radiology. Let me see what it's about. I already had met the prerequisites. I ended up applying. And again, like, I got into it. I got a pull for it. And then I decided to go to the orientation. And I was just like, while I was in orientation, I was like, oh, I think this is something I can definitely be good at
Okay.
compared to radiology because I felt like it was a good between, working with equipment and also patient care. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, well,
Yeah.
it's not like fully nursing staff where you have to be with them all the time, but also it's like a nice little hybrid in between. And I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like just went with my gut, honestly, and dropped radiology, accepted my respiratory therapy seat. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been, like I said, an exciting journey since then. Definitely, like Brendan, I definitely feel like I'm in the right place. I
Nice.
haven't been this excited about a career choice since I've joined the military. So I know for a fact like this is something that's for life for
Okay.
me as well.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you guys for sharing that with me. I mean, I too was a pivot. Before I was a respiratory therapist, I was a pharmacy student, so I share that. And I'm terrible at math and I hate chem.
Yeah.
So, I got accepted to the program. I was doing well, and then I just realized this is not a good fit. I had to pivot. And then I saw a sign on the door. So this was like before,
Mhm.
TikTok and all these
Hmm.
things. And yeah, and it said, "Do you have asthma? Do you like to help people? have you considered being a respiratory therapist? I said, a sign. And that's what, yeah, and here we are today. So it sounds very familiar. So guys, so share with me what so far for you guys, what has been the most rewarding parts of being in respiratory therapy school for you guys?
I think for me, the most rewarding part is just the clinical aspect of it. Just getting into clinicals, being in the hospital where
Hmm.
we're starting to learn and starting to apply everything that we're learning, and then getting to actually help the patients that we've been learning about in school for the first year of school, basically all the different disease processes and everything. And now we
Hmm.
can actually see that in person in the hospital and find out the best ways to help each individual patient that we come across. So that's definitely probably my favorite thing about being in school. So,
Nice. That hands-on
yeah.
experience. That's right. Uh-huh. What about you, Kevin?
Honestly, I would have to say everything. To be
All
honest
right.
with you, I think my school does such an amazing job with the
Okay.
program that I feel like every single day has been a rewarding experience because I'm learning something new every day. And again, it's
Right.
something that's completely out of my field. I've never been into healthcare before this. I didn't know anything about healthcare. And I
Mhm.
think like our professors do a really, really great job like introducing you to the program process and also kind of
Okay.
like forcing you to be out of your comfort zone to do like
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Okay.
I have amazing clinical instructors that's from day one has really pushed me to the limit to do great and to learn new things. Even quitting my job, I ended up getting a respiratory extern job at one of the major hospitals here in Tampa, Florida. And
Nice.
again,
Okay.
I get to be there and see what respiratory therapy do. I get to shadow respiratory therapists.
Excellent.
And even with my classmates, like I have like I have a group, like we were in clinical since day one.
Okay.
Till today, like we name ourselves the CO2 zone, which I think is kind of funny.
Okay.
But all three of us we all pivot into respiratory therapy for different reasons, but the angle is the same. We're all kind of like in the same age range, kind of like this is a big pivot for us, a big career change for us.
Okay.
So every day has been a rewarding process, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm really loving it. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Listen, I'm all about the vibes. So
Yeah.
you guys, both of you guys definitely have the vibes that's going to um help you, push forward. Because
Mm.
respiratory is a field, it's a lot of heart. It
Yeah.
heart that really, carries you. As you see things and you play your role, so I'm gonna be rooting for you guys. So I want to see you guys at the other end. So yes, definitely. Okay, guys. So now, okay, the purpose of this show, RT Share Tea, is everything we share intentionally. All right. So, as much as I love spill the tea. When we spill something, that's an accident.
Mhm.
Sharing is intentional. So now we want to hear we want to get the scoop from this show, The Shift. All right. So I was very excited to hear Joe Lewis, respiratory coach, his announcement and you guys as well. I don't know. My largest platform is LinkedIn, so that's where I'm seeing pieces of the
Mhm.
show. But I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I'm very curious. So I don't want to get you guys in trouble, but I want to hear about this show. So what is it that you can share with us intentionally to to get us excited about this show? I'm already excited personally, but like the youths, the students, and those that are curious. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so I think you kind of saw it in the trailer, but the reason it's called The Shift
Yeah.
is we basically we did all of that filming as like a night shift for a respiratory therapist. So we were
Mm-hmm.
6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that
Oh.
that was actually a shock to us when we weren't really told anything really about the show until we showed up. So
Okay.
we were
I
told
love
the name
that.
of the show and like the general idea of what we were doing, but Joe did not give us any details whatsoever until we stepped foot in the doors. And then he was like, "All right, so we're going to be doing an all-nighter tonight." And I know we all had just traveled in from our respective states, and so
Okay.
I'm sure, just like me, everyone was probably still tired just from all the travel, and then finding out that we have to stay up all night for the show was
Mm.
it was a little bit of a shock, but it turned out pretty well. So
Okay, I like that. You know, your girl started on the night shift. I did 7 years. And a lot of my stories come from the night shift. I like that. I can totally relate. Uh, Kevin, what you got?
Honestly, I would say in the essence of, because earlier I mentioned that respiratory therapy was like a gate kept thing. I think that what's really exciting about the whole concept of the show is introducing you to like what respiratory therapy is all about, right?
Mhm.
In terms of what we did in the show, the people we met in the show, and the concept of the show itself. I think like what Joe is doing, it's an amazing thing.
Mhm.
If you've never heard of respiratory therapy before and you have no idea that it is, I think watching it will kind of give you a concept of what it's all about. Therefore,
Mhm.
bridging the gap of, okay, perhaps people who are out there that's never seen or never heard of respiratory therapy, it might intrigue them to look into the career field itself.
I love it. That's why I told Joe, give me an exclusive. I need to have the exclusive. I need the tea. I love this because you're right. I've always said like how you got introduced to McDonald's back in the day was the
Mhm.
kids meal. The kids meal is what got you like that burger with the little toy inside, and that's how you got hooked on McDonald's. And I always said respiratory therapy, respiratory therapists, like we need our happy meal, like
mhm.
just something
Mm.
that introduces people to what we do. So I really, when I heard about the shift and the show, I said yes. I said yes. I've been looking so forward to this for so long. So I will be tuning in. So okay, so if you could give us a little teaser, just like one moment from the show, I don't want to spoil things for people without, I don't want to spill all the tea. But what can you share, like, would be the heart of the show for you guys?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing that I kind of just respected from the minute I got there and then when I left was, I mean, it's essentially we did a reality TV show.
Uh-huh,
And if you think of like your typical reality TV shows on
uh-huh,
ABC and
yeah,
MTV and all that, there's a lot of
uh-huh,
drama. A lot of
uh-huh,
drama, a lot of stirring the pot, a lot
of
of
course.
people bickering and fighting, but there was absolutely none of that in this. The six of us kind of came together like right at the beginning
Mm,
and really just kind of formed a friendship and a bond. And I
mm-hmm.
mean, we still have a group chat that we talk in all the time, sending stuff about
Okay.
school. One of the guys, he's in the process of studying for his TMCs right now, and so the stuff
Okay.
that he's learning, he's kind of like sharing that with us for once we get to that spot in our
Excellent.
journey and get ready for those exams. So, I mean, it's kind of just like we are just like a little RT family from the
I love
start
it.
and then till even going through now. So,
Excellent. I love that. Love that. Yes,
Yeah.
Kevin. What about you?
Yeah, I have to piggyback to what he said as well. It was very like, if when it feels very authentic. I think like when you sit down and watch it, you're
Excellent.
not gonna be looking like, oh, was this kind of like fake or whatever or
Okay.
scripted? Like, no, it was just very real. And I really think people are really gonna enjoy like everything. We like
Excellent.
Brittany said, we it really felt like even though it was supposed to be a competition, it didn't really feel like that. I think
Right.
by the as soon as we started till the end, really we were just really all learning from each other, and we were all from different
Hmm.
backgrounds. So I just think that was like the key that made the show really stick together.
Okay. I love it. It sounds like we're gonna get just good vibes and like feel good content, which
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's a long ways from now, but I think the very last episode like really puts that like good vibes, friendship,
yes,
family thing all into perspective with just how everything gets laid out at the end of the show. So
I love it. And we so need that right now. We need good vibes, support one another, just be there for one another. I'm for it. We definitely need that right now. Especially in respiratory. I think students or you've been a therapist for, you're a seasoned therapist or whatever, we do constantly need just good vibes because we see a lot. We really do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Especially for those of us that overcame COVID, I still have PTSD, okay? Ah, yeah, what a time, what a time. Um, okay, so how did being on the shift shape your perspectives as a student? The both of you guys. And like, did it make you feel more connected to the RT profession? But I want to say you guys answered that for me already. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird feeling being on the show. Just I was mic'd up and there was a camera on us the entire time we were there. Um, but yeah, I mean, something that I've really kind of I've focused on a lot in my school so far is not necessarily just benefiting myself from school, but I've also been trying to help others and get just like RT just like you were saying, like it's very not a lot of people know about RT, and so just trying to spread that word. So I've been trying to do a lot for on like that aspect of it, because
Excellent.
kind of like what Kevin was saying, I didn't know what RT was until I was
Mm-hmm.
in the hospital with my grandfather. So it's something
Right.
that you don't really think about at all, and it's just something that no one knows. So the doing the show, I think it was for me, it was great to kind of take what I've learned in school and see how well I can apply it in scenarios and real situations. But I
Okay.
also think it's, again, a great way to just get RT out in the open and share it with people that are maybe looking for a career change, or they are just
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, and they're into healthcare but not really too sure what they want to do.
Right.
That's kind of helped me not just see how I'm doing in school, but also allowed me to be able to share what RT looks like for the outside population.
Nice. Excellent. Kevin?
Um, I'll definitely say like I feel like so I've always was motivated about the whole program, but I think going to the show made me just realize that there's more to respiratory therapy than albuterol, nebulizers, and mechanical
Huh.
ventilation.
Who you telling?
There's like, yeah, I feel like now my world has been open to so many possibilities
Mm-hmm.
within the respiratory therapy field. And like Brendan is saying, even like talking to people about it gets me even more excited now. Like I have
Mm-hmm.
friends who are in the healthcare industry, who, like my best friend, she's a nurse. Just being
Mm-hmm.
able to like be more confident about those conversations, about connections
Right.
between RT and nurses,
Right.
and I think like Joe did an amazing job establishing some foundations that maybe we have lack of and
Mm-hmm.
putting into new perspective, like just looking how our career growth could possibly go about. Then, then
Mm-hmm.
just going to school, picking a hospital and, work as a regular RT which is what you can do. But I think that the show put it into perspective that there's more that can be done as a new RT
Yes.
and as you further along your career.
I love that because yeah, it's like one of those. It's like if you don't know, now you know. It's one of those like you
Absolutely. Yeah.
putting it out there. I love it because as you know, respiratory is a subject matter expert. That's what I tell people. Like we really do know this stuff. So I think especially when it comes to things like ventilators, people really just think we pressing random buttons on a
Yeah.
machine, and it's like, no, I really know when a patient needs to be suctioned without even like
Yeah.
really like you understand what I'm saying. When you really do this for years, it's like stethoscope. I could hear the breath sounds from outside the room. I can hear
Hmm.
like you really, you know what I'm saying? You really get a feel for that. So it's a profession that I am also very passionate about. And yes, we're in all different types of settings and we're on all types of floors and it's just amazing because we get to network with everybody in the
Mhm.
hospital. So yes, I love it, and you guys are making absolute sense as students, and I'm very excited for you guys because we ready for y'all. Like just come on board. We tired. We ready. So okay. Thank you for that. What do you guys hope other students or future RTs will take away from your experiences seeing the shift?
Um, I think it just kind of goes back to kind of some things that I've touched on already, but I just hope people see the show and just kind of really, I feel like just in my small experience with being in the RT department, because I'm a tech at one of the hospitals where I
Okay.
live, and just like talking to all of the RTs and my managers and stuff, I feel it feels like RT is doesn't really get the respect or the props that it should have. Um, there's a lot of scenarios and situations where they nurses don't know what to do, the doctor doesn't know
Uh,
what to do, and
and
so the RT needs to step in, and they're basically come in to save the day.
yes.
And I feel like it seems like RTs just don't get the respect that they should. And I think this show can kind of give give a glimpse of the things that the RTs need to know and what they do
Hmm.
to come in and those scenarios and help out.
Right. It's so true. You know how many rapid responses? I was the first person there.
Mhm.
I was like, there were times I had the doctor cross their arms and trying to figure it out. And I'm like, doctor, They're like, you don't want to touch the patient? Maybe, get a stethoscope. So yes, we are, go ahead, Kevin. If I only
Um,
had more time to share the stories with y'all, because between what I have seen in 17 years, go ahead, Kevin.
um, so my answer might be a little bit deep, but so I have 2 point of views for that. The first point of view, I'm hoping that the current artists or older generations after watching the show have this sense of nostalgic to remind them why they became artists in the first place.
Mhm,
I think there are some amazing content in that show that's gonna, rejuvenize a lot of people, right? And
mhm.
also to
That's
be
it.
to be, which I don't think that's not ever gonna be a problem. That to be welcome into the future of RT or what future of respiratory therapy looks like, and for the future generation that's coming into that world. And the
Mhm,
second thing I think that's also important. I do believe, like, again, it's time to bridge that gap. I think I want this show to go viral so much that younger students, that it's no longer a second career choice for them. I want it to be first career choice.
mhm,
Not only to people that look like you, like Brandon, but people like me, people with
mhm.
different backgrounds. I want them to like, oh, like I'm not doing this because I got tired of nursing. No, I got tired of working out of bed. I want them
Mhm.
to be able. This is my first career path because we
Right.
do need younger generations to get into this career field to
Yes.
advance a career further. So
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that it gives that perspective to a lot of people who are right now at home trying to figure it out, or about to graduate
Yes.
high school, or in positions where they feel like they're stuck. That, hey, like RT, there's a possibility. A lot of people don't even know that the program is actually pretty cheap. So I just really want like
Yep.
that gap to be bridged. And I know one of my own personal goals after I finish school is to be able to put out more content to reach out to younger
Okay.
audiences for them
Excellent.
to be able to come into that field.
All right. I hear that. Okay. I mean, I was gonna ask y'all some future questions, but it seemed like y'all answering the questions in advance. So this is excellent flow. Okay, so what piece of advice, one piece of advice you would give to someone who wants to consider RT school? What would you tell them?
I think one thing that I could tell someone to get them to like bite the bullet and be like, all right, I'm going to go to RT school, would probably just be, there's so many things that I could think of, but
Right, they really are.
I think the biggest thing for me, and it's just kind of something how I've always been, is um, there is just something about the feeling that you get when you see someone truly respect what you have done for them, whether
Mm-hmm.
for like helping someone
Those
out.
thank yous.
And so
Yeah.
it's like just from
Everything.
my clinical experience already, some of like my favorite things have just been the conversations that I've had with the patients after
Mm-hmm.
treatments or anything
Yes.
like that, where
Yes.
you kind of get to know them a little bit
Yes.
more.
Mm-hmm.
So I do love that aspect of getting into RT, because like nurses, they have so many different things going on, and
Mm-hmm.
so they don't really always have the time to sit there and talk with the patient.
Right,
And
right.
we are lucky enough to be able to do that. And so I think just having those conversations and making that connection with your patients is probably be my favorite thing so far.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Kevin, you?
Mm. For me, be ready. Be ready and be prepared. That's really the best piece
Absolutely.
of advice that I can
Be
give.
ready. Yes.
RT school is not easy, but if you're ready and you prepare, it'll be the best time of your life. And I think you'll feel
Right.
very rewarded as you go through each semester. Do your research, ask questions
Mm-hmm.
before you get into the
Mm-hmm.
program. Again, the goal is to have more people get into the program and to graduate. So be 100% sure that this is what you want to do. And the information is out there. Look forward. And yeah, that really will be my number one piece of information.
Yes, be ready. I'm an adjunct
Mm.
professor, so I always
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are ready, right? That's how I start. And we got to keep the ball rolling. Guys, thank you so much, Brandon. Thank you so much, Kevin, for sharing your insights and for sharing the tea on the shift. Yes, we are super excited, and I'm looking forward to watching the show because even from the vibes you guys are giving me, like I feel like you're giving me nostalgia. You really are. And Kevin said older therapists. We say mature or seasoned.
Mature.
Well, use old, like, and I mean, like, come on. I'm not, that much older than you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, I appreciate y'all. Can you please share with us where and when we can tune in to the shifts?
Yeah, so all of the episodes are going to be on Joe's YouTube channel. So that's at the Respiratory Coach. And
Mm,
first episode is going to come out on October 19th. So it's a great
October
way to
19th.
kick off Respiratory Care Week.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And guys, I just want to say to listen out for this, look out for the show. Got the RT Share Tea also was created around Respiratory Care Week. So it's a lot
Nice.
of content. Yeah. So it gave
Yeah.
birth to, once again, just putting us on the map on what we do and how we do it. And like you said, we all come from different walks of life, and respiratory looks different across the country. So we really do have so many perspectives. So that's really what I'm looking forward to from the show, knowing that you guys are coming from different areas and different walks of life, but you guys are coming together and you making the shift happen. Okay. And like I said, I started on the night shift, so I'm looking very let me see how real. I'm gonna see how real y'all because and I worked at a level 1 trauma center. So we saw everything on the night shift. The hospital, and I worked in New York City. The hospital never sleeps. Okay. Okay. So hopefully that's the vibe that I get from you guys. So yes, thank you guys so much, Brandon and Kevin, once again for sharing with us the tea about the show The Shift. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Look out for the show and know that we are growing together. Yes, guys. RT Share Tea is available on most podcast platforms on Wednesdays, and except for when I'm on vacation. And we are on YouTube on Thursdays. All right, guys, let's continue to carry on with these conversations. Students, let me know how you're doing. Chime in on the conversations. And maybe I don't know, maybe folks can give me insights on, I'll try to see how I can follow the show. Maybe I could do some more exclusive. I'll talk to Joe. That's my people. So we'll see how we can make this happen. All right, guys. So yeah, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.